Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome back to my TCW series on TEW 2016. Now, today's episode is, of course, the war to settle the score, as you can tell from the title. We had a lot of matches booked in for this pay-per-view, and honestly, I'm really looking forward to it because we're gonna finish a lot of storylines here, and then of course there are a lot of good matches, and then I'm also liking the progress that we're making with certain people. Of course, I've just looked at Aaron Andrews, his popularity, and he's up to B pluses now, which is good. He was at Bs, so he's gained a little bit of popularity. As well as Killer Shark. Killer Shark's gone up about 4 popularity points, and he's now a C minus. So things are interesting. We'll just have to wait and see how things actually turn out. We've got, like I said, we've got a lot of matches. Some of them you'll probably know what the sort of result's going to be. Others you might not. Anyway, let's run the show. We've got a pre-show match, a 4-on-4, 8-man tag, which gets a 68C+. In a decent pre-show match, Guide, Benny Benson, Danny Fonzarelli, and Dazzling Dave Diamond defeated Brent Hill, Joel Bryant, and the Latino Kings in 950 when Guy defeated Hector Galindo by pinfall with a guided missile. And we also have Guide improving in technical and performance skills. We then open the show up with our international title match, getting a 62C. It's also working the crowd. And about that, had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Mark Speed defeated Matt Hocking in 10:28 by submission with a cross arm breaker after blatantly cheating. Mark Speed makes defense number 3 of his TCW international title. And we also have Mark Speed improving in performance skills and Matt Hocking improving in technical. Good stuff. As you can see, Mark Speed, he cheated to win. Basically, the story behind this match was that Matt Hocking, he was underestimated by Mark Speed. He said that in his promos during TV. And of course, Matt Hocking, he's not too bad. He's a pretty good wrestler. And he pushed Mark Speed pretty much all the way. And basically Speed had to cheat. And if he didn't, he might have lost his title. So yeah, good match. Apparently Mark Speed debuted a new power spot that showcased his ability to sell well. His psychology will be helped. And he'll be able to use it as a go-to spot in the future. So that's really good. That's going to obviously aid his development. Albeit he is, 30 years old. Anyway, the next match is, of course, Eddie Peake's match. His big pay-per-view match. Disappointingly, only gets a 71C+. And I say disappointingly because they have pretty good chemistry together as well. It's a little bit annoying. Anyway, in about that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Eddie Peake defeated Human Arsenal in 20 minutes 1 second by pinfall with a peak of perfection. Yeah, it's a really weird one because it gets a 71. They have pretty good chemistry and pretty good in-ring performances. Eddie Peake with a 78 and then Human Arsenal with a 75. That's a weird rating. Let's have a look at the dirt sheet here. Okay. Obviously, there's no associated storyline. And then we also got penalised because someone else is using Human Arsenal's gimmick. Interesting. We also have Eddie Peake here improving in technical and performance skills. We then go into a 66C+. In a decent match, New Legacy defeated Mighty Mo and Giant Tanner in 10 minutes 9 seconds when Jay Cord defeated Mighty Mo by pinfall with the Cradle Piledriver. Yeah, interesting. I mean, it's still a pretty good match considering Mighty Mo and Greg Gage were both off their game tonight. So, kind of disappointing to see that. But I guess, it's still a pretty good rating for two sort of mid-card teams. And basically New Legacy, of course on TV, on the TV show, they lost to Mighty Mo and Giant Tanner. And of course Jay Cord and Mighty Mo have a pretty decent rivalry between the two of them. We then go into a 91A promo from Ricky Dale Johnson, and of course he's cutting it on his upcoming match against American Buffalo. Of course, improving that storyline and, gaining it some heat. The match itself doesn't do too well. Wow, apparently Buffalo was visibly tiring in a 12-minute match. Yeah, that's really not too good. A 70C+. Yeah, not great. About they had great heat and decent wrestling, Ricky Dale Johnson defeated American Buffalo in 11:32 by pinfall with a Southern Justice. Yeah, not good. His stamina must be really low, American Buffalo's. Anyway, the next match does a lot better. Get a 78B. In about they had great heat and good wrestling. Sammy Back defeated Brian Vesey in 2014 by submission with a back for your back. Really good stuff to see there. So this is what I don't really understand. This match was a 78. I suppose it's with the storyline, obviously. But the other match had better ratings, and it only got a 71. It's really weird. Anyway, Sammy Back obviously getting the win over Brian Vesey. Of course, he cheated, used the ropes for leverage in their first pay-per-view encounter at Malice in Wonderland. Now we have Sammy Back getting a bit of revenge and basically evening the score in singles competition to 1-1. So there is possibility for a third match. It's a possibility, and obviously, apologies for that. It is a possibility, and there's a decent case for it to be, somewhat of a specialty stipulation type match. Maybe like a last man standing match or something of that sort of element. We'll say that. Anyway, moving on to a 96 A-star promo. Menace promo from the Behemoths. I mean, honestly, that's pretty good. Obviously, it's going to help the storyline, which in theory should actually help the match rating as well. The match itself does pretty good. I'm actually happy with that. A 69C+ for our tag team title match. In a decent match, the Behemoths defeated Divine Fortune in 7:56 when Titan defeated Daryl Divine by pinfall with a Titanic choke slam. The Behemoths make defense number 2 of their TCW World Tag Team titles. And we also have Chance Fortune improving in performance skills there. But that's definitely the type of rating we need. And I'm actually quite happy with that. I was expecting a little bit less, to be honest. Anyway, moving on to an 80B rated match. I knew this one was going to do quite well. Of course, Wolf Hawkins is a bloody good wrestler. He's very good. In about they had great wrestling and good heat. Wolf Hawkins defeated Scout in 1937 by pinfall with a full moon rising. And apparently Scout was also off his game. So this match essentially could have been even better than an 80B. We also have Scout improving in performance skills. We then go into a 97 A-star promo from the man, the ace, Rocky Golden. Again, cutting another promo on Troy Tornado, saying that tonight is where I end your main event push, Troy Tornado. No longer, will you be considered, higher up the card with the likes of myself, Joshua Taylor, even your boy, Aaron Andrews. So basically, Rocky's looking to take Troy Tornado down a peg and send him packing, down the card a little bit. The match itself, not too great, 75B-. Probably expected a little bit better from these two. But in about, they had great heat and good wrestling. Rocky Golden defeated Troy Tornado in 2014 by submission with the rack. No worker improvements there. Alright, we then go into a 95 A-star spectacular over-the-top entrance for Aaron Andrews. Like I said, he's up to B+ popularity, which is great. So this is an overness angle as well. So he's getting a 95 A-star in terms of an overness angle, which I think is really good. Anyway, the World Heavyweight title match up next. Okay, it doesn't do too well, but it's also not too bad at the same time. 82B, 1 point away from a B+. In a bout that had superb wrestling and good heat, Aaron Andrews defeated Joshua Taylor in 25 and 7 seconds by pinfall with a flying body press. Aaron Andrews makes defense number 2 of his TCW World Heavyweight title. Awesome. 88 in-ring performance from Aaron Andrews as well. I think that's pretty telling of the progress he's already made within 2 months. He's come a long way, to be honest. He's at that top, that Rocky Golden, Wolf Hawkins level already, which I'm really happy to see. The overall show rating for the pay-per-view is a 72B-. A little bit low, but we didn't have any A matches. Obviously, a lot of B-rated matches. We didn't even get a B+ rated match, did we? No, we came very close with the main event. And, pretty close with the Wolf Hawkins match as well. But again, we're going to be losing popularity pretty much in America no matter what, being in the national battle. So that's fine. Like I said, we will be cult soon. And then we can, sort of take things as they come from there. Again, we increased popularity in Canada in the 7 regions and then lost the 11 regions in the USA. Now, as far as praise goes, we're going to go with Aaron Andrews. We're going to go with Rocky as well, because he's still pretty upset with me. And then I think we'll go with Giant Tanner. Actually, let's go with Titan. He's actually impressed me pretty much since the start of the month, really. And he, again, both of the behemoths are actually pretty upset at me as well because of Lucas Danger. And that, I think it was the first TV episode. Yeah, episode 2, I think. Anyway, wow! No way. We finished first in the national battle. Are you serious? How did we finish first? I feel like we didn't even actually have a good month. That's so weird. Anyway, we finished first out of us, US Pro, and the SWF, so yeah, interesting. Okay, I'll take it. Ed Stone's contract is expiring. We'll have to offer him a new contract because I definitely want to keep him. I do rate him. He's only 29 as well, so we'll get on that off camera. The Water settled the score pay-per-view buy rate, getting a 0.55, which is actually down. Of course, I had to cut it out of the last episode due to the fact that my dog started barking as someone came to the door in episode 6. So I did cut this a little bit out of the last episode. But yeah, we got a 0.69, I think. I can check that in a second. And apparently Wolf Hawkins thinks Greg Gage is going to be a star. And he's worth pushing hard. I agree. He's already up to a 40D-. He came in at a 22E-. 18 points of popularity already. And that's sort of due to me putting him with Jay Cord. But as you can see, he'll probably be a future world champion, I would say, at some stage. Only 26 years old as well. It's exciting. And we got him for 10 years, of course. I'm really enjoying this series, and I'm so happy to be back playing TEW. You have no idea. Like, sometimes you just want to play TEW, and, like, I was craving playing it for quite some time. Obviously, I hadn't been able to transfer it to a new computer or anything like that. And, yeah, I've finally done it, and I'm really enjoying it. And you guys can probably tell that from the way these episodes are going. And how frequently, they're coming out as well. Anyways, as you can see from the finances, we're almost up to 6 million. Managed to make 430,000 profit there for February. In terms of the title prestige, international title down to a 57C-. The World Heavyweight title down to 83B+. Really unfortunate. And yeah, the World Tag Team title has dropped to a 65C as well. That's a little bit sad, but I can't believe we won the national battle. That just, I don't know, it boggles the mind. Anyway, The next pay-per-view coming up is going to be Just Another Day at the end of March. So yeah, make sure you tune in for the next episode, which will be the first week of TV in March. And of course, we're gonna end a couple of these storylines now. Obviously, that one can sort of stay. We might even remove those two and put them back in. In terms of this one is going to be done. I'm pretty much sick of American Buffalo. He's got too much popularity, he's too old, and his stamina is just dreadful. So I think we're going to move him down the card a bit, at least into a mid-card role. Day of the Underdog. I like this feud. I do like it, especially the way it sort of transpired as well. So we'll keep that one. Like I said, we will have a future match, sort of a decider in regards to the 1-all in terms of wins at the moment. Future Shock. Yeah. I don't know about this one. Obviously, we could actually go back into this storyline now that Joshua Taylor lost the match against Aaron Andrews, but again, I can't really see Joshua Taylor being able to beat Wolf Hawkins, so yeah, I'm not sure. Now, in terms of a possible another rematch for Rocky Golden, could be on the cards. I'm not sure. I'll have to have a little look at the roster and see exactly who I want to bring up, or if we decide to stick with this storyline and go forward with Rocky trying to recapture his gold once again. In terms of this one, I think we will end this storyline right now. Actually, I think Jay Court and Mighty Mo. That's finished. It's finished. And as far as which team is number one contenders, I guess we can sort of revisit this one, but I guess we might actually put one or two more tag teams into this storyline as well, and we'll just sort of see how the whole thing plays out. Anyways, guys, that is going to wrap this episode up. Thank you very much for watching. If you could drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and turn the notifications on, and that should keep you up to date with these episodes coming out in the future. And apart from that, guys, take it easy as always, and goodbye.